As cliche as it sounds, I remember all of it like it was yesterday. It was about a year ago, around this time, June 25th, 2020, the day before my youngest brother's 15th birthday, when I and a couple of my friends decided to embark on a little road trip to Seattle. It should have been what was an 18-hour trip, but it was cut a little short. Along the way, we stopped at a rest stop to use the bathroom, and I switched spots with my friend in the back. I was in the front seat and he was in the back. He's a little bit taller than me, and he was speaking of how his legs were cramping, so we switched spots. And at some point after we left the rest stop, I went to sleep, and I was awakened by turbulence in the car of us swerving back and forth. And as my friend was trying to regain control of the car, there is an 18-wheeler to our right. I'm not sure whether or not it's merging into our lane, but at some point my friend loses complete and utter control of the car, and we veer completely off the road through a barbed wire fence, and the truck flips 2 to 3 times upside down, and we turn over in a ditch. If you've never experienced what it's like to die, or because I haven't, but if you've never been that close, then I promise you it's not something that you'd wish for on your worst enemy. I crawled through a broken window in the back, and I stood up suffering massive head trauma, barely able to see, and I call out to my friends, and one of them crawls out of the front. These kids pull off of the freeway and they call the fire department, and they eventually come and cut off the side door and get out my friend, and they help us into an ambulance. I'm still disassociated and shaken by the trauma and kind of in complete and utter disbelief at what just occurred. I get into the back of the ambulance and I look out at the window, and they've got one of my friends on a stretcher because he couldn't walk, and they lug him off into the helicopter. And as we ride away with our bags and whatever left of our civility and humanity, I watch them helicopter him off, and my friend and I ride off for like an hour through Fresno, California in the back of an ambulance until we arrive at the hospital. And I'm blessed to have left that night with no injuries and left out, but I can't lie and say that this still isn't a story that shakes me to this day.